and welcome to the Adrienne Ross Show, a product of the BMG Network. So glad you're tuned in at thebmgnetwork.com, the BMG Network's YouTube channel, or a major podcast platform. It's time for another exemplary episode. So here we go. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Adrienne Ross Show for 2023. Happy New Year. And I mean it, on time, because I'm actually recording this on January 1st, 2023. So again, Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve and also a wonderful New Year's Day. And of course, I pray blessings upon you in 2023, that you have a wonderful, wonderful year. So first episode, first of many, God willing. And I don't intend to talk to you long today. I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for being a part of the Adrienne Ross Show in 2022. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate people who are tuning in and people who are sharing with other people. And I just want to park there for a moment and say, I ask you, if you enjoy the Adrienne Ross Show, would you share the Adrienne Ross Show with other people? Let them know that you enjoy the show. Tell them about the Adrienne Ross Show on the BMG Network and encourage them. Encourage them to tune in on a regular basis. All right. And also I'd appreciate your feedback. I'd appreciate if you left a rating, if you left a review, if you go to adriennerosscom@gmail.com and leave a message and leave an email. That would be so cool. Okay. So I'm asking that of you in this 2023. 2022 was cool with the Adrienne Ross Show, but I want to up it. You know, it's cool, but we always want to do better. I want to bring better content. I want to have a closer relationship with those who watch and those who listen. And so 2022, looking back, we had some guests on the show, and I want to do more of that. I want more guests. So I'm really using this short time right now to kind of set our attention on the year that I'm going to say the year ahead, but it's the year we're in now. I want more guests. I have, I want to do a Q&A. I'd love to do many Q&A episodes, but for sure, I'm already working on one Q&A episode. And so I have received some questions from people, and so I want to soon have an episode in which I address those questions that people have. But I'm asking for more. I'm waiting to get more questions so that we can have a full episode of that. And so if you go to adriennerosscom@gmail.com, if you have a question, and it can be a question about anything, okay? It could be a question about the serious things, about my politics, about my job, about my passions, about my regrets, etc., about my faith, etc. But it could also be less serious things. We could talk about, about what makes me laugh and sports and what do I do for, what games I like to play, whatever. I really want to engage with the viewers and the listeners. And so that's one thing I want to do. And speaking of that, when I first started the Adrienne Ross Show, it was a few episodes in, I asked a question on social media. I asked if people like the fact that the Adrienne Ross Show is so wide ranging, that, experts say you have to niche down. And so you have your people who, maybe they're into women entrepreneurship. And so they have a podcast about that. Or maybe they're into construction work. And so there's a podcast about construction work. And there's so many different niches, and the experts say niche down, pick something and stick with it. But if you've been watching the Adrienne Ross Show, you know that that's really not how I roll. I mean, it's so multifaceted, and that's because I'm really a multifaceted person. So anyway, I took what the experts said about this niching down stuff, and I brought it to social media, and I asked, what do you think of the Adrienne Ross Show as is? Do you think I should niche down, or do you like the fact that I have all these different topics? And overwhelmingly, the response was, we love that you do so many different things. We love that we can't put you in a box, and we don't necessarily know what this particular episode is going to be about on this particular day. Please continue to do that. And so I have, and part of that is, that's just who I am. Like when I was young, I wanted to be an actress. My profession for almost 18 years was as an English teacher. I'm an editor now. I'm an author. I'm a Christian. I'm a speaker. I'm a preacher. I love sports, so I talk about sports. I played volleyball, basketball, and softball, and a little bit of soccer growing up. And so, I mean, there's so much that grabs my attention. Obviously, I talk a lot about politics. So there's that also. And people really didn't want me to just pick one and go with that. Well, you were a teacher, so just talk about education. No, they didn't want that, and that's really not who I am and how I roll. Although I do talk about education, because that's a part of who I am, and I love kids and I care about that, right? So moving into 2023, as we move ahead and hopefully level up, I will continue to do that, talk about a wide range of subjects. Like I said, I want to do a Q&A episode. I want to talk to more authors. I was able to do an episode, I believe it was October, with two authors. One of them is, one of my best friends, and I also had an aspiring author on there, as well as another friend who's an author. And so we did an episode about that. I intend to do more, at least two that I can think of already, with authors. So that's coming. I want to talk to people who have inspiring stories, where people can relate. And so I intend to do that as well. I really am working in my mind on this episode, a panel of different voices on a particular topic yet to be announced. And so there's that coming your way also, as far as that's my plan anyway. So I'm working on those things. So you'll get me one-on-one as well. But I do want to up having guests on the show, and so that you can also hear from other voices. I want to bring valuable people with valuable stories and valuable things to share to the audience of the Adrienne Ross Show. So I'm asking you to stick with the Adrienne Ross Show. I'm asking you to subscribe. I'm asking you to invite other people. I mean, you hear people, they'll send like a private message, and it'll be like, oh my goodness, I really, really enjoy your show. Or, I really like this particular show, etc. And I'm saying, okay, excellent. Now, can you tell someone else? Can you share with other people? Would you go leave a rating? Would you go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review, or wherever reviews may be left? Go on the BMG Network on Facebook and follow that there. Go on YouTube to the BMG Network, follow that there, leave a comment there, because when you have something good, you don't just want to keep it to yourself. You want other people to know, which is why people of faith, we always, people are like, why do you always try to push your faith on us? And it's never about pushing your faith. It's when you have something is good, is valuable, is life-changing, that you have experience with, you want to share. You should want to share that with other people. So if the Adrienne Ross Show is enjoyable to you at all, is a blessing to you at all, even if you're like, oh my goodness, this thing ticks me off, and you're totally on the other side of the thing, of my opinion, that's fine too, because we don't just need yes people in our lives. We need, the iron sharpening iron, right? And so sometimes, it causes that friction, and that's okay too, as long as we're respectful, right? So that's really all that I have to say on this first episode of the Adrienne Ross Show. again, it's the thank you. It's the thank you for being a part of it, because you are a part of it. If you're tuning in, you are a part of it. And then I want to level up. I want to level up, and I need you to do that. I need your feedback. I need your support. I need you to share the word, get the word out. And I want to continue to be a blessing. I want to continue to bring to you topics of interest, of wide-ranging interest. And I already said, I hope to also have that include other voices, other guests, other panels to come and also share and to be a blessing as well. All right. So keeping it short, Happy New Year to you. 2023, my pastor shared just this morning that he believes that the Lord is saying this is a year of fullness. And that is about fullness is fullness, your physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, fullness. And so as he speaks, as he has spoken, that as the Lord spoke to him, I'm speaking that over you, fullness as well. If you will go to the last episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, I ended that podcast episode with praying for you and declaring over you as well as myself. Go back, and even if you've already heard that or seen that, go back and tune into that again and come into agreement with that prayer. All right. So God bless you. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, and I will catch you next time. God bless you again abundantly. The Adrienne Ross Show was produced and edited in the BMG studio. The music was provided by Kevin MacLeod. Find more episodes of The Adrienne Ross Show at thebmgnetwork.com and major podcast platforms. Be sure to tune in regularly. You don't want to miss even one episode.